ready? It's Rachel with Snapdoodle Toys and Randy, Snowy, what are you doing here? We're just here to spread some holiday cheer. Well, that's great. You're just in time for the holiday special. In this two-part special, I'm going to be highlighting some great games for holiday gifts. Also, be sure to check out the holiday catalog. One type of game that gets a lot of use in my family, especially around the holidays, are these BRIO games. We like to call them coffee table games because they're perfect to just have sitting on a coffee table or on the counter, and you can just sit down and play for any amount of time. They work great if, like me, you're always the first one ready in your family, and so you're just waiting for everyone else to get ready. You can just sit down and play any of these games by yourself just for a few minutes while you wait. My personal favorite, and one you have possibly heard of before, is Labyrinth. So this one is a little bit harder, but as you can imagine, you are trying to make it through a maze to the end. But this one is very tricky because there are dials on two sides. So your game board rotates this way and this way. And there's a ton of holes in the floor. So not only are you going through the maze, but you have to avoid all the holes. Now it goes to 60, and I'll admit, I've only made it to 35. Okay, 25, but that's okay because it's very fun. But you can just sit down for any amount of time. Made it to 1 that time, but I'm still having a blast. If you're looking for something that's a little bit easier and maybe takes a little bit less time, you've got pinball, which is exactly what it sounds like. You've got the balls, you've got the pull thingy, and then you just try and get it in the highest point thing. Easy. Insert pinball sounds. Cool. The last coffee table game that I'm going to talk about is called Shuffle Shot. So this is a variation of shuffleboard for the counter. In this game, you're trying to get your pieces as close to the center as you can. And what's really great about this tabletop game is that you can play by yourself or you can play with someone else. So if you're playing by yourself, you're just trying to see how well you can do. If you're playing with others, it's a little more competitive, which we all know that I love. Not very good at this one though, but it's fun! I mentioned at the beginning that these are all BRIO games. Now, if you're not familiar with BRIO games, they're extremely high quality, which is just another reason that they make great holiday gifts. This next set of games is for those buying gifts for little ones. And the best part about these games is that even though they're designed for kids, they're also really fun for the adults playing too. This first game is called Hedgehog Roll. In this game, you're trying to take your fuzzy little hedgehog and roll him through the forest back to his house. Now along the way, you're going to be picking up little forest goodies like pine cones and flowers and leaves. This game can be played cooperatively or competitively. The instructions are very easy to learn and it only takes about 20 minutes to play. And once you get the hang of it, you can make things a little bit more difficult by introducing a fox in the mix. This next one is called Heap-o-Sheep. The objective of this game is to get all of your sheep piled into the pen first. So you can play this game where you take turns, or you can play it in frantic mode, where everybody's just flinging their sheep in the pen at the same time. This game is called Tongues Out, and I'm sure you could guess it is absolutely adorable. Now this is another great one to play with little ones because it is super easy to learn and it only takes about 15 minutes to play. In this game, the pugs have eaten all the lollipops. Oh no! Lucky for us, the lollipops dyed their tongues different colors. So on your turn, you'll roll these dice and you'll have to try and match 2 pugs to the colors on the dice. The first player to 6 pugs wins. Boop, 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 boop. The last children's game I'm going to talk about is called Sleeping Queens. Now this is a card game for 2 to 5 players where the objective of the game is to have a certain number of queens at the end of the game. The deck consists of queens, kings, jesters, knights, dragons, sleeping potions, wands, and number cards. You will shuffle the deck and place all the queens asleep in the center. You'll take turns playing cards from your hands and taking actions depending on which cards you play. This game is very easy to learn. It does require a little bit more thinking than the other games that I talked about, but it is still a fantastic game for kids. Once you get the hang of this, you should definitely check out Sleeping Queens 2. In this game, the queens are awake and they've journeyed home to their castles. However, on the way home, the kings have landed in some perilous predicaments that require the queens' help. To rescue the kings, the queens first need to find and then rescue their companions hiding in the forest. The first player to rescue the right number of kings wins. It is very easy to transition to this game from the previous game, and it adds a few extra things that make it very exciting. Make sure you check out these games before the holidays. Hey there, Randy! Thanks for all of those great holiday gift ideas! I know what I'll be buying for my friends and family! Oh, that's great, Randy! Now make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any more great holiday gift ideas.